There's a woman who's a hospice nurse. She wrote a book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And I want to share those with you, and then I'll talk about how they relate to your love life. So the most common regrets are, number one, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Number two, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Number three, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Number four, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And number five, I wish I'd let myself be happier. If today were your last day on earth, would any of those regrets be true for you? And I'm betting that the answer is yes to at least some of them. So let's look at how these regrets might be standing in your way of having the love life that you are wanting. Let's take number one. If you're not living a life true to yourself, then you're not attracting the high quality men that you deserve. And I talk to women often who, after doing the work that they do with me, they realize that if they had become engaged to a man maybe a year or two after their divorce, it wouldn't have worked out because they were still evolving and growing and becoming more and more true to themselves. So living a life true to yourself is the crux of what I do for myself and also what I help clients do, because to me, there's nothing more important than stopping the voices outside of yourself that tell you who to be and what to do, and to really start tuning in more and more and more into your truth. The second one, working too hard. Many people spend so much of their time working. We can get so focused on work that it takes precedence over our love life. And so I want to encourage you to work as hard as you want to work. But if you want to make your love life a priority, you've got to make that number one. Number three, not having the courage to express your feelings. And this is so common. And when you don't have the courage or the skills, I would say, because many of us might feel we want to express our feelings and our needs, but we don't have the skills to do it, that can cause us to miss out on authentic, deep connections, especially with the men we're meeting. And also, it can also lead us to accept the unacceptable. When we're in relationships and men are treating us poorly, if we cannot express ourselves, we can't have the relationship or the dignity that we want. The next one, not staying in touch with friends. I would expand that to not having a supportive community. And the community and the peer group that we have here is incredible. But if you don't have that, you can feel isolated and you can feel lonely. You can feel like you're the only one. And loneliness often has us making choices that are not in our best interest. When we, if you ever dated somebody who said, I'm really lonely, he's often dating not from a place of abundance, but from scarcity, from I just want to be with a warm body. And you want more than that. The biggest regret is not realizing that your happiness is a choice, or not actively choosing joy or happiness. That means that you're resigning yourself to circumstances and settling for less than you deserve. And I am such an opponent of settling, having settled so much in my life in the past. I really encourage all of you to not settle, to have the life you want, to really set the bar high and go for it. So let me know if any of this resonates for you. And if it does, how can you change your circumstances so that you can live a life of no regret? Most of us are stuck in patterns that don't lead to our most fulfilling lives, and it doesn't have to be that way. I work with women every day to help them transform lives that were stuck in horrible patterns of abuse, of being with selfish men who didn't give them what they want. They did not know how to create the love life that they wanted. They didn't know how to find the balance that they needed or to set boundaries in the way that they needed to. And to express their feelings and their needs. And anybody who's worked with me knows that this is my biggest passion, is to help women access their authentic self and to speak up and to be respected for who they are. I have opened up a few spots in my calendar for some breakthrough calls. These are half-hour complimentary calls, and I will talk to you about your particular love challenges, and we will set up a blueprint for how you can break patterns that have been unhealthy or unrewarding for you. You will find what coaching is all about, and I will learn more about you. And if it's a good fit, then we will work together. You can write in the comments one thing that you're going to commit to from all that I talked about today to do differently so that you will have a life of no regrets. Thanks for joining me today, and I will talk to you soon.